Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am so pleased to have you here with us today. You are listening to a new show. We're actually bringing this show back. It's called Going Solo Life After Divorce, and I'm your host, Cece Schatz. I'm the doyenne of relationships. I'm a divorce, dating, and a life coach. And so this particular show is going to talk about moving you forward through divorce and then thereafter. And then I hope you'll join us on the Going Solo with Cece show that we do on Thursday night. So, with the holidays, we have a little bit of a crazy schedule. So, I am actually taking some time off, and I'm hoping that we can get together after the new year on a lot of these new shows that we have. But let's talk a little bit about this particular show. We are sponsored by the goingsolomedia.com and the meettherightone.com. They're both websites, brand new websites out there. One, the Going Solo community, is based for individuals that are in that transition of developing their new life as being single, going through that transition of relationship loss, whether it be by divorce or by death, and then doing that transition into really building your new life again, and then developing, uh, new relationships and thinking about doing that transition into dating. Then we have Meet the Right One. It's a site where you can join if you're looking to date, meet other people, but it's a community type of environment. So something that's totally different, not a swipe here, swipe left by no means, but it's one where you can participate in and meet people both online and through some of our groups and some of the events that we have. So check them out. I'm affiliated with both of them, goingsoloCommunity.com and then meettherightone.com. But let's talk about our special today. And I do apologize. I was going to try to get some guests to come on and join me here. Maybe I'll do a New Year's show and do that. But I wanted to talk about getting through the holidays. Getting through the holidays after relationship loss is really tough. And it's something that I think that we need to really discuss, right, and be aware of. That those that are around us might very well be going through a very hard time. And we want to be able to embrace them, to be able to move them through some of these difficult situations that they might experience. Anytime after a relationship loss, whether it be by death or by divorce, the first of everything is very difficult, right? The first time you do anything that you normally do as a couple together becomes a very difficult situation, becomes a bit of a chore, right? And so what we're going to do is try to take you through some of those difficult times to try to move you to the other side of them. And the holidays is one of them, right? We have those traditions that we normally do within our scope of relationships, but then we also have the things that we do in our families, right? We have the different family environments that we do, going to his place, her place, family's places, all of these various different things that we do with our children. So we're going to talk about and embrace some of those things here today. Try to help move you through building a new life for you, that's one that's going to embrace your family. It's going to embrace all of those around you, and it's going to really create a step for you to move forward in a very positive way. So let's talk about getting through the holidays, because we know that it can be difficult. So let's see, the first thing, and I did pull an article that I thought was very good, so I'm kind of using it as a guide and giving you my 2 cents, is that so be it. And if you don't like it, throw it away, because that's how it is here on the Going Solo Network. We try to give you good information that you can take with you as you move through the transition of life. And if something doesn't resonate with you, throw it out. Don't worry about it. We don't worry about that at all. And everyone's life is different, and you embrace life differently. So this article is by divorcemoms.com. I thought it was very good because it really talked about 20 different tips to getting through your first holiday after divorce. And so the number one thing they said is be patient. I totally agree with that. Not only be patient with the environment around, right? Because everything is a little bit more hectic as we travel through the holidays, but be patient with yourself, right? Give yourself, as I feel, we want to call it grace. give yourself some grace as you move through this holiday period, because so often we think things should be a certain way, and we're realizing our lives are upside down, things are changing. And so we want to be patient and be understanding that things are going to take a shift, things are going to take place, and you maybe don't expect it. Things are going to be a little bit different for you, but have the patience and the grace to be able to accept it one step at a time. I want to share with you that as you embark on this new opportunity of exploring the holidays, right? As maybe possibly a single person, as you're exploring this and you're embracing it, just remember that you are developing something for yourself now. You are developing and walking forward, moving forward into something into a life that you're creating for yourself. So it's something new. So rather than think about it in a negative sense, that's something that you're leaving behind, something that your life is changing and you don't want that change to happen. Think about embracing it as a new experience, something that you can develop and grow into being what you want it to be, right? So it doesn't mean that your life as with your family is going to change 100%. It just means that you're going to embrace this new opportunity of looking at your life differently. And so let's be a little bit patient with ourselves. Let's have a little bit of grace as we go through that. The next thing is be flexible. Sometimes we're so rigid in our thinking that things have to be a certain way. Believe me, I get it, because I've always decorated the tree and did this and baked cookies and did all this kind of stuff. And I think I have to do it all. Well, the reality is I don't have to do it all, right? I can take bits and pieces of what I really truly enjoy, what my family enjoys, maybe what my kids enjoy, and I can put those together and be flexible in it. I can navigate the holidays as I choose to do, right? I don't have to be perfect for everything as we move forward in this holiday season. So often we think that everything has to be perfect, everything has to be the same way that it is. But doesn't it get stale, right? When everything is so set in stone that you have to eat a certain time, you have to have certain things. And I know I was talking with someone not too long ago, and we talked about different foods that we have during the holidays, right? For me, I have Thanksgiving, I have the turkey for Thanksgiving. Then Christmas, I have a ham. New Year's, I have lasagna. And those are just kind of the things that we have. Oh, we have a couple comments here. Let's see what we have. Oh, beautiful girl. Oh, yeah, we got kind of bad comments. So let's forget about that. I guess I guess we have made it when we start getting obscene comments. So I guess we've made it. So people are listening, but I don't know what. But anyhow, so we want to be flexible. We want to be flexible in our mindset. We want to be flexible in things that we do. And the other thing is we want to be flexible in our emotions as we go through, because so often we get uptight over certain things. If they're not exactly the way we think they're going to be, we get uptight about it. But the reality is things turn out the way they are supposed to turn out, right? And so if you burn that casserole dish, don't worry about it, right? If you burn those cookies or forget to make the cookies, go buy them. Just be a little bit flexible on what you do as you move forward this holiday season. And I think you'll find that it relieves a great deal of stress for you. Focus on others. So often when we're thinking about ourselves, right, and we get depressed, we think about different things that are happening within our lives that are changing, and we're out of control. We feel like things are slipping away. We're in this whirlwind of activities and things that are happening that we cannot make a change, right? So sometimes if we step out of our own environment, if we step out and give to other people, we find that number one, there's always worse off than what you're going through. There's always those experiences that are very, very difficult that somebody else is going through. And you sit back and you think to yourself, well, man, my life isn't quite so tough. So when you do that, you are stepping out of yourself. You're stepping out of your box. You're creating an awareness of yourself. And not only that, an appreciation of where your life is going and that you have an opportunity to build something new. The other thing is that you're giving to someone else. And there's nothing better than to give to someone else in time of need. And so go to a soup kitchen or something like that. Focus on other people. Volunteer some time if you've got extra time on your hands and you don't know what to do and you're thinking to yourself, what am I going to do this holiday season? Volunteer, help someone out that's in need. If you have the bucks that you can actually, help someone with regards to Christmas presents and things like that, there's many ways that you can help children and young teens. I mean, so often we focus on the little ones. Think about the teenagers. Some of their gifts are very expensive. And if you have an opportunity that you can afford to buy something a little bit more expensive that a teen really would truly love, be able to do that. There's so many places you can devote your time to that would make a change for someone else. And so think about that. Think about you being the one that's going to make change in someone else's life rather than all the changes that are happening within yours. What a beautiful gift that would be for someone else. It's not about stuff. We hear that all the time, but then we see all the commercials on TV, don't we? It's not about stuff. It truly isn't. I think if you ask most people when they talk about presents and things like that, they really appreciate more the time you spend with them, right? The time, the gift of giving of oneself, right? And that's the biggest gift you can give at all. So think about that. It's not necessarily about the funds itself. So if you are at a place in your life where your funds are pretty tight and you've got children, you've got family, things like that, come up with some different things that you can do that would create, different presents. You can make things, you can do different things like that. And believe it or not, kids remember not the present that you buy for them. They remember the time that you spend with them, the special things that you do. Maybe you're just making snowflakes. I mean, how simple is that? You take a piece of paper, square it all up and cut places in it and then open it up, throw a little glitter. All kids love to get messy. Put a little glue, a little glitter on it, and bam, you've got things that you can hang up in your house. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. Be creative and be flexible, but really step out of your zone, right? And think of other things. So it's really not necessarily about the gifts. Let me tell you something. If somebody that you have to buy a gift for, if all they're concentrating on is the gift, you've got the wrong person in your life. So because if they should be wanting to spend time with you versus what you're going to buy them. So think about that for a minute. If any of you out there are spending time with someone and all they can think about is what they're going to get, then you are with the wrong person. You need to size it up, understand where you're at, and spread yourself out to be able to make more friends so that you can be able to live your life the way you want to live it, right? It's not all about the material things in life. Money comes and goes. We all know that. Let happiness begin. Can you imagine that? Let's open the door to happiness. Happiness, believe it or not, is a choice. It's something that we can experience if we so choose to do. No matter how difficult our life is at the moment, we can choose to be happy, right? It's really getting in touch with the smaller things in life, really understanding your core values and what's important to you, and just sharing, a beautiful moment with someone. So open yourself up to being happy. Don't sit there and think, okay, I'm going through this very, very sad time in my life. Yes, you are. But you have a choice. You're in the driver's seat. You're the one that can make a decision on what joy you want to bring into your life. So now is the time to say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to really start enjoying and living in the present, living in the moment today. And so you can take happiness with regards to Christmas lights. I mean, they just put Christmas lights on our building. And I believe it or not, it brought me such joy. They were out there putting it together. The building across the way had these Christmas lights. And I thought, oh, how pretty is that? And I think, oh, I would love to have that on our building. Of course, I can't do anything like that. And then next thing you know, they're putting up Christmas lights on our building. And so I said to them, Yay, I'm so excited about this. And I was. So last night, for the first time, our Christmas lights were lit on our building. And what joy that brought me, right? What happiness that brought me. That wasn't something that I instigated. It wasn't something I paid for. It wasn't anything. It was just an experience of something that I felt, that I thought, that brought me happiness. So maybe looking at Christmas lights brings you happiness. You can go drive around the streets and look at the various different Christmas lights and enjoy the moment. Listen to Christmas carols as you're driving, going through, taking your kids. If you don't have a lot of money, put a little gas in the car. I mean, that's an investment in itself right now. And just drive around the block a few times, right? And looking at the Christmas lights and making that contest on who has the prettiest Christmas light. You can take joy and functions and things like that and really turn it around if you so want to. So it's up to you. Reach out to family and friends. The acknowledgement that you're going through a hard time is very important. So often we don't want to say that, right? We don't want to say, gosh, I'm really having a tough time, right? So what you want to do is you want to acknowledge that. When you acknowledge it, what happens is you let it go, right? When you say, listen, this is really tough on me, instead of taking the burden of trying to hold that down, and men, this is for you, because a lot of times you do this, you hold it down, you want to solve the problem, but sometimes you can't solve the problem, right? As we go through divorce, we can't sometimes change the outcome of where our lives are going to go. And so what we have to do is we have to acknowledge it, to let it go, to release it, right? And then reach out to family and friends and let them know that maybe you're having a hard time, or it's like, listen, I really want to get through this holiday time. How about if I come over? How about you come over? Let's do something different. And that brings me to kind of establishing traditions, right? um, that was a hard thing for me, is that my kids were always with me. We did certain things all the time. Even on the Christmas tree, decorating a Christmas tree, there's certain ornaments we put in certain places, right? So it's like traditions that we do. So in our heads, we think, oh, we have to stick with these traditions in life. But you know what? We are going to orchestrate a brand new holiday for us. We're going to going solo, life after divorce, right? No matter how many years you're divorced, you're orchestrating your life. You're starting to prepare for the future for yourself. So start some new traditions. Pick up some old ones that you can still put in place, but then add some new things to it. And you'll be surprised how much your kids will enjoy that, how much your family will kind of embrace that as you move forward in your life. You know, the biggest thing I think a lot of us we tackle is guilt, right? Guilt as we're moving through our divorce, right? Moving through developing this new life for ourselves. We kind of sit on that guilt pot, right? We kind of stir it a little bit more and more. We lay that heavy burden on ourselves as we move forward. Let's release that guilt a little bit. Let's think to ourselves, you know what? Where I am today is not where I'm going to be tomorrow, right? I'm going to embrace the present, and I'm going to be able to move forward into the next world that I'm building for myself. So let's release that a little bit. Let's show our families, our kids, people around us that love us, that want to embrace us. Let's show them that we can step forward and create a new life for ourselves. Let's release the guilt, because the guilt is a burden that's weighting you down. When you release that, when you acknowledge and release and let it go, believe it or not, new things come on the horizon for you. The next is work with your ex and be cooperative about the holiday planning, the holiday situation, for the sake of your children, right? And let's talk about that for a minute, because so often we are so ticked off, right? We are like, I want to use the word pissed off, because that's usually what we are at our ex, right? And we can carry that with us to the grave, right? We can carry it that we're just so mad at them of what they've created in our lives, where they've put us in our life, right? We're just so furious over that we can't see beyond it. and we create a new world for ourselves that is havoc, has havoc in it, that has depression in it, that's sad. We get stuck. Let's not do that, right? Let's release all of that. Let's let it go. Maybe we can start with this holiday season as the start of letting that go, right? It's okay to be ticked off, right? But don't carry it to your grave, right? Because guess what? You can go from being mad at your ex to flip it to this is the best world. I just never dreamt that I would have this experience. I'm going to have new people that are going to come into my life, right? I'm going to share my life with new experiences. I'm going to open the door to new things that are going to happen to me. And so that's what you want to do. You want to create that shift here. Now, this person, I blocked them, and they're coming back. So we must be very successful. So, but anyhow, we won't worry about that. But you want to create that shift. So let's talk about doing that just a little bit, because we want to make sure that we embrace that. I think the thing we want to do when we're talking about our children and we're moving forward into this holiday season, we want to put up like let's say a shadow, right, over your ex. You want to just put them like way back into the planning of what's happening with you. And you want to come together as a family, right? And so I've often said this to my ex, is that we are no longer together. I am not obligated to him to be able to tell him anything about me, nor is he obligated to tell me anything about his personal life. I could care less, right? And I'm sure he could care less about my personal life. But when we are together and we talk about our son, we are a family. We are a unit. We are united in what we do. And so come together as a united family to discuss what you want to do for the holidays, right? If you have it worked out, and I would suggest this in your parenting plan, work out whatever you're going to do with your children during the holidays, how you're going to rotate it or whatever. But for goodness sakes, know that your children love both of you. They want to be with both of you. So you need to have that rotation going on, right? You need to have that blending going on, right? And I don't want to dwell a great deal into this, but I think it's very, very important that the havoc you create in your family life is going to carry throughout your entire life and throughout your children's life. So let's just put that away. Let's create a shadow of our ex, and let's just think, we're just not even going to think about them and all of the situations that's happening in the current day of divorce or separation or whatever you're going through, right? You're going to think about your family today in this present as a unit and be able to move forward. If you do that, I promise you that you will find in the future those things will go very, very easy. I know my ex and I now during the holidays, we don't have a problem at all with it. Of course, my son's a little bit older now. He kind of makes up his mind, but he's also developed traditions as we move forward in our divorce life together. So, those are the kind of things you want to think about as you're moving forward. So you want to simplify some of the traditions. Let's talk a little bit about that, because sometimes we think we have to be over the top for holiday, right? And so let's start simplifying some of the things that we do. Let's start as we move forward in creating new experiences, new traditions for ourselves. Let's think about creating them in a simplified fashion, because we are too over the top. We spend too much money. We do all of the things that aren't really as important. So let's think about simplifying some of it. Here we are. We find ourselves alone sometimes on the holidays, and that's tough. I mean, I remember the first time I was alone for Thanksgiving. I was beside myself, and it was really, really tough. But I didn't have to spend that holiday alone. Actually, my girlfriend came over. She cooked for me my first Thanksgiving, and I ended up I hate to say it, I ended up drinking too much and I just ended up falling asleep. It was just so awful for me, but I got through the first one. But now what I find is that I try not to spend the holidays alone. I mean, I have someone important in my life now, and I'm excited about spending the time with him. But I'm also excited about spending the time with my family. I'm excited about spending the time with my friends that I've developed and that I love to be with. So start thinking about that and thinking about spending time with other people. Maybe inviting some friends over, doing some different things. Joining a church if you're not in one. Come in if you're in our Clearwater area. Come to our church, a Greater Grace church in Clearwater. We had a wonderful little Christmas party here recently, it just warmed my heart. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. And so it created joy. So think about that. Don't spend it alone if you don't want to be alone. But here's the thing. What about, and I remember talking to a friend about this when I was ready to face some of my alone times during the holidays. But what they did is they had a Christmas for themselves or a holiday for themselves, right? I'll share with you what one of my girlfriends did. She decided that and we'll talk about this, give yourself the gift, right? And it's important. I think if you should treat yourself. So she bought herself a gift, right? She decided she was going to do a bubble bath. She got champagne. She did some champagne. She made a dinner for herself that was a little bit more extravagant. She had some of the dessert that she loved. She made cheesecake and chocolate and things like that. And she just really had a great time. She listened to Christmas carols. She decided later on she would watch a movie that she wanted to watch. She bought new pajamas to wear. I mean, she really went all out with planning this day for her, right? What she was going to do during the day, all the various different steps. So she created her own like holiday exclusive package, right? So why not do that for yourself if you think you're going to be alone? Come up with a plan, right, of what you're going to do, right? Maybe spend time with others or spend time at home. If you're going to spend time at home, maybe what you would like to do, watch a movie, something that you want to do, treat yourself to some popcorn and a movie that you've been wanting, maybe purchase the movie, because it's not a free movie. You might feel like you've kind of bought yourself a present. But that leads us into buying a present for yourself. Why do you have to have no presents under the tree, right? Why do you have to not have a tree? You could just have a small little tree if you want, right? Or just hang up Christmas lights or do whatever you want to do. You can take Christmas lights and wrap it around something and create your own Christmas tree if you want. But you deserve to be pampered. You deserve what's good in your life. And so think about possibly doing that, buying yourself a gift and maybe something you've been wanting. And maybe you want to think about doing something like that. We're going to have to do a quick commercial. When we come back, we're going to talk about the rest of the list. And I think we'll really have a good time with it. So want to stick around. We are talking about getting through the holidays. This is Going Solo, Life After Divorce. I am Cece Schatz. I am the doyenne of relationship building. I am a divorce, dating, and a life coach. And I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. We're going to be just off for about a minute. So go grab a cup of coffee or a drink or whatever you want. And we will be right back. So I am just so thankful to have you here with us, and we'll be right back. So you can look here. We're going to put in a commercial that's going to show you all the various shows we have here on the Going Solo Media. So hold on. Woo! We've got a lot going on here at the goingsolomedia.com. I am Cece Schatz. You guys are listening to a show that we're bringing back. It's called Going Solo: Life After Divorce. I am a I am actually a doyen of relationship building. I am a divorce, dating, and a life coach. We are sponsored here today by the goingsoloCommunity.com and the meettherightone.com. The station here is WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. Those of you that often ask me what WGSN-DB stands for, it stands for the West Coast of Florida, and it's Going Solo Network, and the DB is digital broadcasting. We are a live streaming radio station, and so you can find us 24/7. All of our shows are also there, and we play music too. We are a licensed music station, and so we're bringing some music shows on, and we have Love and Pillow Talk, which I'm going to be starting up after January, and then we have Music of Your Life. Which is going to be a lot of fun too. So those are straight music stations with a little bit of talk added to them. So I think you're going to have fun with that. But we're talking today about special. We have a special today. We're talking about getting through the holidays. And it's sometimes it can be very difficult. Let's just recap some of the things we briefly talked about on the first part of the show. We talked about being patient, right? Giving yourself some grace as you move forward. Be flexible. Allow yourself to really come into your own and understand that things don't have to always be the way they are, where they were, and that you're going to create a new life for yourself. Focus on other people, maybe volunteering, doing some different things, thinking outside of the box a bit, not concentrating as much on stuff, right? Giving gifts or things like that. Give of your time, give of different things. If you are surrounded by individuals in your life that all they want is the gift, you're surrounded by the wrong people. So you want to make sure that you are in touch with those that really truly appreciate you for who you are. Let happiness happen, right? Step forward into happiness. Decide this is what you want. You want joy in your life and reach for it. Reach to your family and friends as you're going through this difficult time. Share with them that it's a little rocky for you and that you really would like to be able to connect a little bit more with them to try to help you get through this. And you'll be surprised how that will release some of that for you. Make new family traditions. We also talked about developing some new things for you, embracing some of the old if you want to, but also start thinking about some new things that you would like to bring into your life. I will say that my daughter was a godsend when I got divorced. She created some new things that was carried through, but now her life has created a shift and we're not doing those things anymore, and so we still have to evolve, right, as we move forward in life. Our kids grow up, things change, things shift. Nix the guilt. I mean, let's forget about being guilty about what we're going through in life and embrace what we have waiting for us, right? Release some of that stuff. Things can be different and it's okay to be different. Work with your ex and be in a cooperative manner for the kids' sake. Really work with them and create a strong family unit. If you tell yourself at the beginning of your divorce that you're going to have a strong family unit, that will happen for you. Now, I understand that there are difficult exes out there, and if they are, then you just have to make the best of what you can. But if you both love your children, then focus on your children and make that go forward. We have a lot of really great shows here on the Going Solo Network that talks about parenting. So check those out. They might very well help you. Continue your traditions, but simplify them. I think that we make things a lot more difficult for ourselves, like for instance, a simple thing can be, you had dinner on china, right? Use paper plates. Make it a little bit easier for you as you move through this, right? Don't spend the holidays alone. Really embrace those around you and really start sharing some of your love with other people. And if you do have to find yourself alone, create your holiday package, right? Create this big experience for yourself. And as I share with you, my girlfriend, she spent hours and hours, days planning this wonderful day she was going to use for herself, totally on herself, right? She purchased gifts for herself, things that she wanted to use or whatever, and she enjoyed that. So I think I'll take a page from her book because I think she did a great job with that. Let's talk about our health as we move forward in this holiday season. Take care of your health. So often, stress comes into play as we're planning for any kind of holiday, right? Whether we were married or not, there was a great deal of stress and things like that. They're in the try to release some of that stuff. Really pay attention to your health and how you're feeling and what you're going through. Don't let yourself get run down. Try to eat the right things. Maybe you're at a holiday party and you're eating the wrong things. Try to eat the right things when you're home, right? Try to do that. Maybe even think about, doing some vitamins and things like that to try to replace some of those vitamins in your body that maybe you're not having because you're not eating the right things. You're on the go a little bit too much. So maybe think about a regimen of vitamins and things like that. Talk to your doctor about it and see what might be good for you. But really get plenty of rest, plenty of exercise, good nutrition, in addition to all of those great holiday goodies that come across our plate. But really focus on yourself and making sure that you are really trying to be the best that you can be for yourself, right? Because we want to make sure that as we go through the holiday season, the flu season, the cold season, we want to make sure that we're built up. Our resistance is built up for that. So do that. We talked about giving yourself a gift. You know, Not only give yourself a gift if you find like you like to have something under the tree. I'm not really. I mean, I love to get gifts. Don't get me wrong. I love them. And what pleases me the most are the people that give them to me, right? Because I think, oh, how wonderful. My girlfriend, she went on vacation and brought me back, not these earrings. I have my Christmas earrings on, but she brought me back a set of earrings and I wear them all the time because I think, oh, how wonderful it was for her to think about me when she was on her vacation and she did that. So, I mean, think about things like that. Give yourself a gift that's something you've been really wanting for yourself. Maybe do something like that. But the other thing is give yourself the gift of understanding that it's okay to be you, right? So often as we go through divorce, we think we have to change, right? Because we think maybe we were broken inside and maybe that's why the other person didn't want us, right? That's not the truth. A lot of times as we go through divorce, it's like it's evolving, right? Your relationship is kind of maybe fallen apart. You've grown away from each other. Things are different. There could be 1,001 reasons why your divorce happened, right? So don't sit there and think about this holiday season as one of doom and gloom. Give yourself the gift of expanding your horizon, understanding that there's something new out there, something new that you can embark upon, something new that you can embrace, right? So give yourself the gift of happiness, the gift of stepping forward out of fear into the new horizon and being able to understand that you're going to develop now a life of your choice, right? A life of one that you can design the way you want it to be. So maybe give yourself the gift of journaling or give yourself the gift of planning ahead and start thinking about what you'd like to do. A lot of people, this is a good time because it's quiet time in between now and New Year's to think about where the path of your life you'd like to go. Do you want to take some classes? Do you want to change your job? Do you want to learn a new skill? Do you want to do what? I have a friend that wants to. My guy, he wants to jump out of a plane. As crazy as that sounds, and we went to look at the place here, Skydive City, and it was wonderful. I embraced that, and I thought, oh, this is really fun. I'm not jumping out of a plane, but I'm more than happy to go and watch those people jump out of a plane. So think about, giving yourself the gift of adventure, right? The gift of something new. We've got Going Solo Travelers. Join that, right? We're online. We're on Facebook. We're on the meetup group here in our local area here in Clearwater. We're also on the internet. So we have our own website on the internet, which forgive me, I need to update. But we got a lot of things going on there. So think about exploring new horizons, new travels, new adventures, new people. Give yourself the gift of stepping forward into your life, right, as you move forward. The next thing I want to ask you is count your blessings. Count the things and have gratitude for what you have today. Live in the present, right? Live in where you're at now and enjoy and breathe in all the positive things that are happening within your life. Christmas time, holiday time is a wonderful time to really be appreciative of what you have, the surroundings that you have around you, right? If you've got a roof over your head, I mean, things like that. Things are going to change in your life, but count your blessings that you're going to be here on earth and be able to adapt to those changes, be able to embrace those changes as you move forward in your life. Lean on your faith. I think this is very important as we move forward in our lives. We really need to lean on our faith, what's important to us, really truly have, I believe in God, and have a soul sense of that, a one-on-one relationship with your faith. And so I think that will be a comfort to you. If you don't have it, then you want to really move forward into that and be able to lean on your faith. Plan ahead. So often, a lot of the times that we feel uneasy about ourselves and uneasy as we move forward, it's because we have a fear, right, of moving forward. The more we can create awareness in our lives, the more we can let go of that fear because we have awareness of what's going to happen. So create a plan, right? Create a plan of what you want to do. Start creating a plan for your future. Start creating a plan for what kind of life you envision for yourself. But better yet, start creating a plan of the person you want to step into, right? You want to become, because you are not the person who you were yesterday, nor are you the person you are today. And so make a plan to create the person you want to step forward into each and every day as you move into your life, right? Every day is a new beginning for you. Every day is a new way of embracing this new wonderful person that you are. And so start making a plan that you can create this environment, this awareness that you have. You will let go of any fear that you feel at the moment, right? And once you understand that. We talked about gratitude, understanding the importance of what's in your life and what is to come, right? And be thankful of everything that's going to be around you. Thankful people that are in your life. Remember, people are in your life for a reason, a season, and forever, right? And so, as you're embarking on this world of being by yourself, right? Understand that this is now your time, right? And in maybe the individual that you have to let go, your ex, or if you're widowed, this is the time now to let go, to move forward, and to be with open arms to allow someone else into your life, new friends, new family, members, and things like that, to create awareness of what you have. So have gratitude for that. Engage in more than let's see, engage in more of what you love about the holidays. Think about that for a minute. I thought that was very important, because think about all the different things that you like about the holidays. Maybe the smells of the food that is usually prepared, right? Maybe it's the Christmas lights that you enjoy, decorating, right? To me, it's being with those that I care about. That's important to me, enjoying some of those kind of times together. So think about some of the things that you enjoy about the holidays, and maybe you can hang on to some of that. Do more do more of what puts you in the holiday mood. That's true. If you're, oh, humbug, right? Um, you're not going to be able to move forward, right, in a positive way if you're living in a negative world. So think about that. What are you doing to put yourself in a better mood? Don't think that other people, it's up to them to put you in a better mood. Remember, we talked about happiness is your choice, right? It's what you decide to do. So, what is going to make you happy in this holiday season? Looking at Christmas lights, putting up Christmas lights, cooking, maybe you have some new recipes you'd like to try out. You know, think about things that you might enjoy doing, right? Maybe you want to make a meal for the neighbor, make cookies for the neighbor and give out or something like that. Think about what you enjoy doing and embrace those things that you enjoy doing. The last thing is be realistic. As we move forward in our lives, as we move forward in holiday planning, as we move forward in anything that we do, right? We want to be realistic in the onset of that. We want to be realistic in the way we think about that and the way we move forward in that. So it's all about, and Andrea, we love you dearly. It's all about taking those baby steps, right? The divorce group that I was in years ago, that's what was our motto, was taking the baby steps, right? Taking those baby steps in life as you move forward and understanding that you have to be realistic with each and every step, right? You have to embrace yourself as you move forward. And I think that that is truly all of the things we talked about here today. Not only can you apply this to the holiday season, you can apply it to your life, right? As you move forward in your life, you can embrace yourself. You can embrace these items that we talked about here today. We can go over them really quickly if you'd like. But all of these would, if you stop and think about them, you can embrace them and carry them forward into your life as you're moving into this new life of being single and thereafter, because you have so much in store for you. You have so much that's going to be there waiting for you. You just have to step out of the box and grasp it, as you go forward. So let's just recap real quick. We're just going to read off the titles. And again, this article, it's a 20 tips for getting through the first holidays after divorce. I feel like this is something you can use for life, right? You can use for your whole life. So think about it. Be patient, be flexible, focus on others. It's not about the stuff, right? Let happiness happen. You have a choice. You can create your own joy. You can create your own happiness. Reach out to family and friends in time of need, or just really just to let them know that you're there for them, right? Be a good be a good family, be a good friend. I've often said in order to have friends, you have to be a good friend, right? Make new family traditions. Nix the guilt. Put that guilt in the pocket and forget about it, right? Let it go. Work with your ex on matters of your kids for your kids' sake, and then continue the traditions, but simplify them. Create a simplified life for yourself. Stop making things so difficult. Create something that's a little bit simpler. Don't spend the holidays alone. You can take that right into your life. Don't spend your life alone. Start opening yourself up to new experiences, new people, make new friends, right? And that will move forward. Take care of your health. We all need to do that each and every day of our lives. Create a habit to take care of your health. I, for one, need to listen to that, right? Give yourself a gift. Give yourself not only a material gift, maybe as you move forward, but give yourself the gift of emotions, right? Give yourself the gift of releasing things, letting things go. Give yourself your gift of appreciation for who you are and who you're going to be and your plan of moving forward. There's many gifts you can give yourself as you move forward in your life. So do that. Count your blessings each and every day. Be thankful. Have gratitude for what lies ahead for you, what you're going to do, what you have, right? And be very thankful for that. Lean on your faith. When in doubt, when in times of trouble, always lean on your faith. That will give you that sense of security, that wholeness, that familiar place, right? to be, it'll give you the guidance to be able to step forward and surround yourself with people that really believe in what you believe in, right? Plan ahead, because the biggest thing you can do is to release fear, is to know what the outcome is going to be. So by planning, you'll start to understand what your outcome is going to be in life, right? And that's kind of a wonderful thing. We talked about gratitude before. Engage the holidays. Engage in what you love, right? Engage more about about the holiday that you love. I would say engage more about what you love in life, right? So a lot of all of this you can take forward and step forward into your new life with. So engage what you love about life, right? You maybe like to go walk in the nature and enjoy that. I have a friend that does photography, and she loves the animals and birds and things like that. And she takes pictures and brings these wonderful, beautiful pictures to us. I have another friend that she takes a lot of pictures. She walks in the morning and takes these beautiful pictures of things and sunrises and sunsets and various different plants and things. And she posts on Facebook. We all love it, right? So embrace things that you love. Do more what puts you in the holiday mood. So not only a holiday mood, but what puts you in a positive mood. Think about this for lifelong situations for you. What's going to put you in a positive mood, a happy mood? It's going to move you forward. Be realistic. Quit beating yourself up and be realistic, not only in time frames of what needs to happen, be realistic on what your expectations in life really is. Be realistic in the holiday season, right? This too shall pass. That was one of my favorite sayings as I was going through my divorce. I always said, this too shall pass. Whatever I experienced, whatever sorrow I experienced, and those of you that are dealing with, you know, a lost relationship, this too shall pass. Because what will happen is the sorrow that you feel today in the loss of this relationship, both in divorce and death, you will embrace the good times that you had, right? And you will start to opening yourself up to new experiences and new people to create a new life for yourself. So just when times are tough, just tell yourself, this too shall pass. I am Cece Schatz. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I'm going to try to do one with others coming on board for maybe the new year. Welcome ourselves into the new year, stepping forward into that. But getting through the holidays can be a difficult situation. It can be a difficult time for many, right? So I hope that you listen to some of these items that we talked about. I hope that you will embrace them. Know that you can use these and apply these to your life long term. And you'll be surprised what a joyous, wonderful life that you will have. Many, many, many of my friends who have traveled through relationship loss are on the other side, and they have joy and happiness as they're now embarking on their lives. And so just know that you're not alone in the situation that you feel, that there are other people that feel what you feel, and they have made it through. They have gotten to the other side and understand that you will be there too. I wish you all the very best in your holiday season. This is Cece Schatz. I am the doyenne of relationship building. If you want to reach out to me, all you have to do is remember Going Solo Network. I'm at goingsolonetwork@gmail.com is my email. And you can find everything that we do right here on the Going Solo media and also on the goingsolonetwork.com. I want to thank our wonderful sponsors, goingsolocommunity.com and meettherightone.com. So thank you so much for being here with me today. This is a new show we're bringing back. It's called Going Solo Life After Divorce. I probably should change that to Going Solo Life After Relationship Loss, right? Because we're going to talk about various different things. It's going to move you through and as you embrace your new life together. Love you guys out there. Thank you so much for all the warmthness and all the wonderful emails that you share with me all the time. And I hope that you'll join me on some of the other platforms that I'm on and listen to all of our great shows here on Going Solo Media. Talk to you later. Bye for now. I wish you all a very wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.